What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Miranda, I'm an artist. I do art things on YouTube whenever I feel like it. I am very annoyed right now because I've been trying to do this voiceover for a million years and I just don't like it every single time because I ramble and I feel like I sound so stupid. But I'm gonna try to do this one last time, and if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna put some music over this over this stupid video. I want to talk about making bad art. Obviously, there's no bad art. Art is subjective. One person's trash can be another person's masterpiece. But as I was editing this video, I realized I don't really like this painting. It's not my favorite. It's not a bad painting. It's just that I don't freak over it. It's too chaotic for me. It doesn't really reflect my style. It's not something that if somebody were to ask me to show them a couple of my paintings, it's not something that I would show them. But I still felt like it was important to still upload this video because it's important to show even the art that I don't particularly like. Because I've always had a problem with not doing art in the fear of making bad art or making something that I didn't like. And in sharing this, it's helping me get over that fear. And I know that there's people out there that have that exact same fear as I do. And even if you don't like something that you make, it doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean that it was a waste of time. It doesn't mean that it wasn't worth making it. It wasn't a waste of materials. Because even though I don't like this painting, I don't like what I made. I know that I learned a lot through the process. I know what I would do differently next time. I have learned a little bit more about my style. I've refined some of my techniques that I use. So understanding that just because you don't like something that you made, it doesn't mean that it was a waste of time. But I'll explain a little more of where this fear came from for me. I've been doing art since before I can even remember, and I've been painting since I was maybe 16 or 17. It's never been a question that I love art, that it's my number one passion, that it's something that I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. Recently, I decided to make art my full-time job, but before I started taking art seriously and wanted to have this as my job, the way I would do art would be I would wait until I would get inspired or I would get a clear idea of something that I wanted to draw or something that I wanted to paint, and I would make sure that I was able to execute that very easily, and I would stay in my comfort zone. I would stick with things that I knew how to do, that I knew I was good at doing, because I had always been told from family members or from friends or acquaintances or whatever that I was talented in art, and that's good to hear. It's a great thing to hear, actually. It's very affirming for an artist when somebody expresses that they like your art. But for me, what that did was, even though I appreciated all the people who told me that they liked my art, it created this pressure for me, this pressure to make stuff that was perfect. And that translated into a fear that I would make bad art, that I would make something that I didn't like, that other people didn't like. So I constantly had this pressure on me whenever I would draw, which is why I always stayed in my comfort zone. I never explored, I never tried new styles, never tried to find my style. So for the longest time, I didn't progress in my art. I didn't evolve. I stayed in a place where I was comfortable. I stayed in the box that was oh so cozy for me. And that was fine for a while. That was okay because I was doing art because I loved it and I wanted to enjoy doing art. I didn't want to choose to put myself in a stressful situation. Art for a long time for me was something that I went to try to escape from the world. When I changed schools and I had no friends yet, that was the thing that made me comfortable. It made me feel safe. But when I was older and I decided that I wanted art to be my full-time job, I couldn't stay comfortable anymore. Art wasn't just something that I did to escape or something that I did for comfort. It was now something that I needed to do to make money. And I started off with the stuff that I was comfortable with, but ultimately, in order to progress in my career, I needed to progress in my art. I needed to grow as an artist. And obviously it's not the same for everybody. What's right for me might not be right for you. I could easily stay where I'm comfortable, but where I'm comfortable in art is not where I'm comfortable staying in my career. So getting out of my comfort zone now means making art when I'm not inspired or I don't have a clear view of what I want to paint or what I want to draw. And making art that I don't like, making art that I don't think is my best work, and putting it out there is very uncomfortable for me. I feel like such an important part of being an artist, at least the type of artist I want to be, is practicing and allowing yourself to not be perfect all the time, which makes me so uncomfortable. I'm the definition of a perfectionist. If I don't see something as perfect, especially something that I made, putting it out there and showing it to people is so scary. If you're an artist and you are like me and you for a long time you didn't make art out of fear of failing or making something bad, let it be bad. Let it be bad. I'm showing you this because honestly I just needed a video for this week, but it's also important for me and the lesson that I needed to learn, that not everything can be perfect and it's okay if something is not perfect and you don't like something. When I was 15 years old, I wasn't making videos, I wasn't showing the internet my videos, but I still felt like I had so much pressure on myself while I was drawing. I still felt like I needed to make everything perfect, and that ultimately stunted my growth as an artist. And now that I'm older and I decided I want to grow as an artist, I want to learn more, I'm having to teach myself all of the things that I didn't learn as a younger artist that I could have learned if I didn't have that fear. And that from now on, I'm gonna try the best I can to share the art that I don't like, but I feel like allowed me to improve in my art and to improve as an artist. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know I usually just talk about the painting and I don't really tell stories like this, but I don't know, I felt like this week it was important to mention that. But anyway, if you want to see the real-time version of this painting not sped up, you can go over to my Patreon. You can also get early access to all of my YouTube videos on there. I have a whole bunch of stuff on there that you can go check out. I also have an Etsy that you can go check out. Everything's going to be linked in the description, so go check that out. Thank you so much for listening. I love you guys so much. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, share with your family, share with your friends. It really helps me out. Like I said, art is my full-time job. Any support you guys can give me really, really, really helps me. Thank you. I love you guys so much. I'll see you next week.